Dr. Fauci is all over the place now for one of the very first times in our last year and a half with some negative publicity. Negative publicity that's going viral, whether the mainstream media like it or not.
He was taking scalps from fetuses, from fully developed fetuses, and removing the scalps from the skin from the top of the heads of fetuses, and then planting it onto humanized rats.
If you don't protect yourself, you really do deserve to die. But the children, they don't deserve this, and that's why it's the Rubicon. And see, evil can't help it. It's got to go for the children. So don't think this is the authority. Don't think it's going to succeed. Don't think any of that, because it will fail, but probably in a giant war. And we were all of a consensus that this is going to end in just a gigantic, massive war. And billions dead.
There's no argument over the choice between peace and war. But there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender. But every lesson in history tells us that the greater risk lies in appeasement. And this is the specter our well-meaning Christian liberal friends refuse to face. Our priests, our pastors, and now, sadly, even our Pope, that his policy of accommodation is appeasement. And it gives us no choice between peace and war, only between fight and surrender. If we continue to accommodate, continue to back and retreat, eventually we will have to face the final demand, the final ultimatum. And what then? When Satan has told his own, he knows what our answer is going to be. He has told them that we're retreating under the pressure of his Cold War, and someday when the time is right to deliver his final ultimatum, our surrender will be voluntary, because you see, by then we will have been so weakened from within, spiritually, morally, economically. He believes this because from our side he's heard voices pleading for peace at any price, or better red than dead, or as one commentator put it, he'd rather live on his knees with his mask on than die on his feet. And therein lies the road to war, because those voices don't speak for the rest of us. If nothing in life is worth dying for, well, when did this begin? Just in the face of this enemy? Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the Pharaohs? Should Christ have refused the cross? Should the patriots at Concord Bridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shot heard around the world? The martyrs of history were not fools, and our beloved dead, who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis, did not die in vain. Where then lies the road to peace, you say? Well, it's a simple answer after all. That you and I have the courage to tell our enemies, there is a price we will not pay. There is a point beyond which evil must not advance.
So you sit there with pedophiles and Satanists and devil worshippers and Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates, and you wonder why they're attacking you. Well, that's what they do. They are coming for the children. They've announced the injection of 5 and up, and then it'll be newborns with the deadly shot that embraces their immune system. And they're announcing they're going to do it at schools, and they're going to force it. And that's going to cause violence, and they're going to say then the people that resist are terrorists. And that's why they put it on the books as the main, not a law, but the regulations, that the main mission of the FBI and the military and the CIA is crushing people that don't accept lockdowns and those that don't accept open borders, just Americans, and that they are going to come and they're going to arrest everybody and start killing people. Now, that's going to trigger a giant civil war. The globalists intend to chew up the U.S. system and collapse everything, and on its ashes bring in the really official global cashless society system. This is just the process of bringing us to that. They enjoy doing it to children. And so you're going to wake up to that fact, and you're going to understand that, or you are going to die, and your children are going to die with you. Because what you saw in Nazi Germany and what you saw in Soviet Russia and North Korea and Maoist China and Xi Jinping's China today, and with the Muslims and with what happens in Africa and Latin America and all that hell and all that horror is going to look like a choir meeting. It's going to look like Sunday school. It's going to look like grandma knitting you a pair of mittens.
Watch the American Journal weekday mornings 8 to 11 Central at band.video.
Live from the Infowars.com studios, it's Alex Jones.
The silent majority
Is no longer
silent. This is the War Room. with Owen Schroyer.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
There are a lot of energy drinks and energy pills on the market. And of course, most of them work because if something doesn't work, people aren't going to reorder it. But they have side effects, they have chemicals, they have dyes in them that hurt your brain and hurt your cells and hurt your body in the process and leave you burnt out and hungover. InfoWars for years has consulted top developers and top labs to bring you Brain Force Plus, to bring you Turbo Force, and other clean formulas that give you long, sustained, focused energy. Well, now we are introducing something that is at the next level, multiple years in development. It is Brain Force Ultra. It is a liquid in a dropper, and it is twice as strong as Brain Force Plus just in the natural caffeine department. Then it's got a bunch of other powerful herbs and compounds that will take your focus and your clarity to the next level with clean energy. And it funds the InfoWar, exclusively available at InfoWarsStore.com.